Hello everyone, it's Alex. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. So today I am doing a video that I used to do back in the beginning of this year. As you guys can see for the title, we're doing a flashback favorites. There's still quite a few favorites that I have not gone through to see if I still have those items or not. And I thought it'd be best to bring it back here and there. Now that I have gone through a full year of not buying a lot of makeup and just stick specifically to certain categories, and you guys have seen almost halfway through of all of my declutters of this year, what is it that I still have left in my collection that I raved that was a favorite back in the day? I thought it'd be a lot more fun now with all the declutters and everything that I've gotten rid of and how my mindset has changed. What really would I still recommend from these videos? So today we're going to be looking at January of 2016. This was a favorites video that I did. I wrote down everything. I looked at everything that I recommended, that I raved about, and we're going to talk about it in this video. So if you are interested in this video and you're new to my channel, welcome to La Familia. My name is Alex. I'm an eyeshadow enthusiast with a dash of Project Pan. If that is something that interests you, subscribe, join us, and now without further ado, let's get on with the favorites. So in this video, I did have a fail, and it's still a fail to this day. I've never purchased it. It was a Rimmel Eye makeup remover thingamabobber. Don't even bother with it. It's terrible. I don't even know if they still sell it on the market at this point, but don't buy it. It sucks. So let's move on to the actual favorites that I did share with you guys in that video. The first ones that I mentioned to you guys were the Milani Eyeshadow 6-pan palette. Now these eyeshadow palettes, you'll see on the screen if I don't have anything. These are the 6-pan ones. They had about 6 different ones. They're still on the market. I still really like these. But as you guys know, if you've been following any of my declutter videos, this was the year I decluttered these. I wasn't reaching for them. Milani came out with these new ones that are like 15 or 20 pan eyeshadow palettes, and I preferred those a little bit more just because of the color story, but that's not to say that these are terrible. I still would recommend them for somebody who wants a small palette, who wants good quality and doesn't want to spend an arm and a leg. You want drugstore makeup, these are the ones that I would still recommend. For me personally, because I have so many eyeshadows, things have to get out because I can't keep everything, and everything I will never get a chance to use in its full capacity. So these I did clutter. I had the whole entire collection, all the 6, the rainbow one, the purples, they had cool tone, warm tone, they had a reddish one. I mean, they had them all. They had every color, and I've had every single color. So they're no longer in my collection, not because I think they're terrible and I wouldn't recommend them anymore. It's just that my tastes have changed and I reach for other things more than those, so I did get rid of those. The second item that I did recommend is the Too Faced Love Flush palette. These are the blushes that were hearts. They are at this point now, I believe, discontinued. Even the single ones, this was limited edition, and I still have that. This is the actual palette that I spoke about back then, and I still have that palette. As you guys can see, it's practically brand new. I have dabbled into this. There are, like, Baby Love has quite a bit of use on it, but the other ones are relatively brand new. This is a palette you will see in the future where I want to pull things out of to pan and use, because this is one of my oldest face palettes. Back then I wasn't into face palettes as I am now, so this is one of my older palettes that I do have. I don't have many face palettes that are super old because I wasn't always someone who purchased them often. So I think this may be my oldest one. So I definitely want to get use out of it. I want to pan this whole entire thing. So you will be seeing this in the future to pan. I still love this one. I still enjoy it. I think it's great to have a variety of blushes in one palette. There are other blush palettes that have great quality that come like this. I know that Benefit does these quite often. Smashbox does these as well. So this is one of those rarities that Too Faced has done. I know they have other ones, but specifically for this one, I still like it. I still like it. I would still recommend it if it was still available. But as you guys know, at this point, even the individual blushes like this have been discontinued. Now let's move on to some highlighters that I did recommend. The first one that I did speak about was the Too Faced Candlelight Glow, and this is in the warm glow. They had the original OG, which was like the pinky one, which I still own, and then this is the warmer one. This is more of a densely packed type of highlighter, and it is a subtle one. Now, you're probably wondering, Alex, why are you keeping it if you're not using it? See how subtle that is? I can get use out of this. There will come a point where I can't use blinding highlighters, and I don't want to get rid of the ones that I actually do like and could use instead of buying something because I got rid of all of my natural subtle ones. I have gotten rid of quite a few subtle highlighters that I know I wasn't just going to even care for at all, but this one I do like. It has a nice sheen to it. I really do like how it looks on the skin. It's very natural. I still like it. There are better highlighters out there that are natural, but I still like this one. I'm still gonna keep it, and I eventually will get use out of it and pan it. There is nothing wrong with it. It is powder. I do have to be careful because this formula does get hard pan easily. My pink one always gets hard pan every time I use it, so I do have to be careful whenever I swatch it that I don't get hard pan, but I still like it. Would I recommend it? I think I would recommend other things over that one, but I personally, since I still have it, I am going to continue to keep it. The other one that I did mention in here was the PUR Afterglow Illuminating Highlighter. This is the original packaging. It has now since changed. I don't know what the packaging looks like. This is what this one looks like. This is a little bit more there, but it's still very subtle. This one's a little bit more powdery than the Too Faced one, but as you guys can see, it's right there. It's a little bit more white based. This one's a lot more warmer to it, but it's still pretty. Again, another highlighter that I would use when I am in that subtle mode, and I don't have to go out and find a subtle one because I got rid of all of them because I'm not using currently them. Actually, in 2019, I have panned solely subtle highlighters, believe it or not, that I'm dying to try something blinding for 2020. I'm still panning the one I am right now, and it's more of a subtle highlight. It's not so in your face, and that's okay too. I don't mind it, but I kind of miss my blinding one. So maybe in the next year I will be panning more of the blinding highlighters than this one. I still would recommend it. I still think this is beautiful. There is better out there. Trust me, since 2016, there is better out there, but I have it. I'm still going to keep it. There's no point in getting rid of it if I know I'm going to use it. The last one that I did mention was the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting in the #1. They no longer make them like this. Now they make them in a full pan. This is how mine look like. Now the highlighters are full pan and the bronzers are full pan. I still like this. Now this one's more of a blinding one. As you guys can see, this is another one. And it's funny because before looking at this video, I already was contemplating on panning at least these two this year, and here I am. And I'm still here with them. So this is how this one looks like. It's a lot more pink based than the other two. The other two are more champagne-y gold. This one's more pink based. This one can be blinding. It's that gelée formula, which you guys know I love. But the gelée formula is a lot harder to pan because you don't get a lot of powder kick up. It's densely packed, and you have to use specific brushes to get the payoff that you want. But I do want to pan this. It's getting old. You guys know, as you guys can see, it's getting old. It still works perfectly fine. I take care of my things. So I do want to get use out of this one. I still would recommend it if you're looking for a gelée pink highlighter. If you're very fair skinned and you're looking for something like that, I still like this formula. The bronzer, not many people liked. I don't mind it, but I do want to pan this eventually. I do want to. I won't get rid of it either. So that's another one that I still would recommend even till this day because it's a very forgiving highlighter. It's a gelée. The gelée formula is just very forgiving overall. There are two last things that I did mention in this video. This is such a wonderful thing to go back into your videos because you have the crap that you mention you probably don't even remember, at least for me. These two things I recommended. This is the Covergirl Plumping Mascara. I kind of remember it was like an hourglass one. Obviously, you'll see pictures up on the screen. Would I still recommend it? To be honest with you guys, I am a Maybelline mascara type of girl. This is what panning does. It teaches you what you love and your preferences. And from panning so many mascaras, I've come to know that if I'm going to pick a drugstore mascara, then my #1 brand is Maybelline. Then it comes Essence. I do like Essence, but Maybelline has my favorite mascaras. Would I still recommend it? If you're a CoverGirl fan and if it's still around, I don't even know if this mascara is still around because mascaras constantly go in and out all the time. The last product that I did mention was a CoverGirl the On Sugar Vitamin Infused Balm in the #8. This I did receive as through Influencer at the time. I can be honest and 100% truth about it that I did declutter this. I realized that through panning, yet again, I don't like CoverGirl lipsticks, lip products, period. I don't like their waxy type of texture to their lip product, and they're not creamy, they're not opaque, and just like I prefer the Maybelline lipsticks. Those are my #1s at the drugstore. So the CoverGirl, I realized I don't like them, and this one wasn't as balmy as I found other things now. So I did declutter that. That was something that I liked at the time, but I found better, and I realized that it didn't make the cut, especially with my lip products. You guys know that I haven't been buying any. I keep feeling like I'm sounding like a broken record saying that, but I'm not. I haven't bought any for such a long time that I know my preferences now when it comes to lip products, and that's not one of them. And I would not recommend it. I just personally don't like it. It's not a bad product. CoverGirl isn't a bad product, and I have heard that their formula have gotten better. It's just, I prefer my Maybelline. I prefer my Maybelline. So no, you can find so many better lip balm or moisturizing lip products that give you a color payoff. Oh, L'Oreal has the infallible ones that are amazing. Maybelline has some. My Neutrogena smooth one, Moisture Smooth, are so good. So there's so many out there, you guys, that no. All right, you guys, so here we are. Out of all the things that I said back in January of 2016, I have only kept 4 things out of all of these. And those Milani eyeshadow palettes, I had a good 6 of them. So I got rid of quite a few from this favorites video. And there's not many here that I would still say 100% I would recommend hands down, because there's some that have gotten better throughout time. There's other brands that have gotten better things. So this is just such an eye-opener, because I don't know, maybe in the future I might declutter some of these and just dwindle it down to the best of the best for me, because you guys know that I'm trying to even bring down my blush and my highlighter numbers, because you guys know that I did that video, so I do have to bring those down as well. So this just may be more of an eye-opener for me to maybe realize that maybe I should just let it go and move on. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll put more videos right over here for your enjoyment. Until then, bye guys.